Information pertaining to the 98 to 2005 Volkswagen Beetle or Jetta or GTI. They all pretty much run on the same platform except for the GTI. So the trouble code P0380 has to deal with your glow plug circuit. I've been fighting this for the past, I don't know, 4 years, and I replaced the glow plugs, I replaced the glow plug harness. Nothing seemed to get rid of the code. I would clear it, it would keep popping back up. So with the glow plugs replaced, the glow plug harness replaced, still getting the P0380 code to pop up, but I was having drivability issues where in the morning when it was cooler outside, the engine would run like real fast, real strong, no issues with getting up to speed on the highway. But in the afternoon when it was 95 degrees outside, then it would really dog. It had no power, no acceleration. It would take 10 minutes to get to 60 miles an hour. All of these different issues, and I still had the P0380 code pop up. So after doing some investigating, I have tested the MAP sensor, which is down on the intercooler, and I figured, well, let me give the MAF a shot. So to test the MAF, it's really simple. So with the key in the on position and your test leads to the battery, you got a positive and negative lead. I have my test lead right now hooked up to the negative, and I have my positive to my multimeter free. And if you probe this yellow wire, you should see 12 volts. Now when you hook them back up, you're going to take your red lead, you're going to hook it up to your battery, you're going to take your black lead, your negative lead, and you're going to probe that black wire, and you should have 12 volts with the key on and the engine off. The purple wire here is your 5-volt reference to the sensor, to the MAF, and then the green wire is your sensor wire. So at idle, your multimeter set to 20 volts, you should see like around 0.45 volts, and then as engine RPM increases, you're going to see this number increase too. It could increase slowly, it could increase not at all, it could increase really fast. If your volts do not increase as engine RPM increases, then you're going to have one of two things. You're going to have a dirty MAF or bad MAF. And you can continuity test the MAF from that pink and purple wire and that green wire. If you connect your test leads up to those and run continuity, you should have continuity. If the hot wire in the MAF sensor is not broken, you should have continuity, and it should be a good sensor. So then that means all it really needs is a good cleaning. So that's what I did. I cleaned the MAF sensor, put it all back together, tested my voltages, and my voltages were excellent at idle and at speed, at RPM increase. And then I went back in and cleared my codes, and no more P0380 check engine light code comes back on. On a side note, if you blow a fuse while you're doing your testing, don't ask me how I know this, it's going to be fuse 34. Fuse 34 is that 10 amp fuse in the middle right here. This 10 amp fuse is the one that has all kind of engine control management systems, your N75, your N95, your MAF, your manifold absolute pressure sensor. All that stuff is tied into that 10 amp fuse right there. So if you slip up and then your car doesn't run, or it runs like crap, that 10 amp fuse right there is the culprit. Have a great day, guys. Hope you guys can get this fixed.